How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about that viral video that's been all over the internets, all over social media, that features an old Native man and some Catholic high school, quote unquote, MAGA kids getting into what I can only describe as a confrontation in Washington, D.C. on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. Now, what you've seen online from these leftist people, these leftist organizations, websites, whatever you want to call them, is this short clip that I'll play right now as I'm talking of one of the Catholic high school kids staring down the old man who was singing while beating his drum. You only see that part and you really don't know what's going on outside of that small clip. If you see that, you may think a few different things, or maybe two different things. One, the boy is racist, he is a bigot, and he's just trying to intimidate the old man with his MAGA hat and his MAGA hat buddies around him. Or two, there's something else going on that I don't quite know what it is. I was, of course, in the latter, because I don't know what the context of this is. I don't know why this is happening. What would be the purpose of this kid staring down the old man? And why do I see smiles on the faces of the guys that are surrounding the old man and their MAGA hats? What's really going on? Now, I did my digging on social media because that's where this whole story is breaking right now. And I found out a series of events that kind of make sense. First of all, the old man did not get surrounded by the teens as they approached him. He approached them, as you can see evidenced in the video right here. That's the first thing. The second thing is the old man admitted that he heard them talking about build the wall, et cetera, et cetera. And he's talking about this land is native land, all these different things. I'm like, okay, it makes it seem like he went over there to try and interrupt them having their chant. Check out this short clip of him saying that.
I realized I had put myself in a really dangerous situation. You know, there's like, here's a group of people who were angry at somebody else, and I put myself in front of that. When I started going forward, and that massive groups of people started separating and separating and moving aside to allow me to move out of the way or to proceed, this young fella put himself in front of me and wouldn't move. And so I could, if I took another step, I would be putting my person into his presence, into his space, and I would have touched him, and that would have been the thing that the group of people would have needed to spring on me.
So you have that. Then you don't see what's happening really outside of that small little clip that I showed you in the beginning, as far as it relates to the other people that are around the boy and the old man. Check out this clip. So as you can see, everybody's just dancing around, having a good time. Nobody's trying to hurt the man. Nobody's trying to intimidate him, and none of that stuff going on. I think the reason why the boy was having the stare down contest is because the old man got all the way in his face with the drum. I mean, the drum is literally on the boy's shoulder, and he's beating it right there in his face, as you can see on the screen before you. So when I first saw it, I was like, why is he staring him down? What's the point in doing that? You know, I was saying at first that he was wrong for staring the old man down. I mean, why do that? You trying to intimidate him? But then when I saw another angle, I'm like, okay, the old man is like right in his face, touching him with the drum. Why do that? The guy was over there with his people doing the CCH, build that wall, build that wall. They probably were doing that chant. And then here comes the old man over there. Now, I'm reading online. This could be true. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. that they were being harassed by another group, and that's when the chant started. But they weren't trying to attack anybody with their chants of build a wall, build it tall, CCH or whatever. That's Covington Christian High School, as you heard in the earlier clip when the old man came over there to approach them. Okay, that's that. So that's probably the reason why the stare down was happening. And here's a clip of probably that same group I'm talking about that was harassing them to begin with, harassing them again.
Your president is a homosexual. Look at him. When you get old enough, they're going to steal your organs.
Whoa, hey, we love you, bro. Hey, we love you, kid. Hey, we love you.
Get out, nigga. Get out. Yo, nigga. Get out, nigga. Get out.
So you hear that? Obviously, they're being harassed for wearing their MAGA gear. The guy's talking about the president's a homosexual, your black friend will get his organs harvested, all kind of stupid stuff. So they're just chanting back at them. That's all that it is. They're just standing their ground and defending themselves. But it didn't do anything. Nothing is really happening. The media is trying to spin it as, oh, these racist white males in their MAGA hats and MAGA scars coming from a bigoted Christian school want to attack brown people. It wasn't like that. Then they got a nerve to put up pictures talking about this is the equivalent of sit-ins. They're trying to say those of us that are defending the boy for just standing there not doing anything are the same as those who were standing there staring at somebody that was doing a sit-in when they shouldn't have been there. A black person in the sit-in with a bunch of white guys around them. It wasn't like that. Everybody sees race and doesn't really care what's going on. All they see is white guy, MAGA hat, old Native man, Vietnam veteran. And thanks to you for your service, sir, but you're dead wrong in this situation. You got up in the man's face with the drum. Why do that? Okay. And most of the boys weren't even really tripping. They were just dancing, singing with you. During this little confrontation, you had one of the Native people talking to one of the guys that was from the Christian high school talking about go back to Europe. This is our land.
White people go back to Europe where you came from. This is not your land. No, it's not. You've been here 2-3 generations compared to us. We've been here a million fucking years. So get the fuck out of my face with that shit.
Let's go all the way back to Africa. Asia was connected to North America.
Bullshit. That's BS theory.
It's not bullshit.
BS theory.
It's not bullshit.
It's proven, man. Come on.
It is proven.
But that's not racist, right? That's okay, right? It's because it's against a white person. Like I said, the only reason why this is even a story, why we're talking about it, is because the so-called victim here is a brown person and the so-called aggressor here is a white person, when in reality, the aggressor was a brown person and those who are being aggressed against, not even the victim, are white. That's the truth, but it's easy for the media to spin a thing differently than what it is when you just have selective clips that you show. So simple. So I don't have much more to say about that. I just want to say to all the media talking about this is the equivalent of civil rights, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. This is no such thing. Nothing happened. Nobody got touched. Nobody got harassed. If anything, it was the Catholic school kids that were getting harassed by the Native people, the black people, and the media, most of whom is white. And I'll show you one more clip that lets me know this is really all about race and who appears to be the victim and who appears to be the perpetrator. That clip right there was from the same spot, the Lincoln Memorial in DC last year at the beginning of October. Did you see that in the news? Have you seen any stories about that? Have there been any think pieces about that? Has it been compared to anything? And in this case, they actually slapped the man's sound on his hand, all kind of stuff like that. They approached him and harassed him. He's standing there with signs, not minding anybody business, minding his own business. But see, it's okay when that happens because it's white on white. Everybody involved is white. if the person that was holding the signs was black and he had anti-Trump signs, then you're talking about civil rights attorneys would be involved. The NAACP would be involved. They'll be trying to call the president. They'll be talking about hate crime charges, all kind of stuff like that. As they're doing right now on Twitter, trying to dox the kids. People talking about, I don't care if they're a minor, so what? They need to get put out there. This is really ridiculous. A nothing burger. Leave them kids alone. Let them, like Trump, let them be young. And don't just think because somebody is elderly or that they're native or that they're a veteran, they can't be the aggressor. They can't be the one that causes a problem to happen. So that's pretty much all I got. What say you? Do you think that I'm correct in my assertion about what happened based upon the videos that I've shown you? Or am I incorrect? Do you think this would have never been talked about if it were not for that one little clip of the stare down? Why assume a thing without knowing what's going on? Right when I saw it initially, my reaction was, I don't know what's happening. I can't tell the context. What's going on here? Nobody's getting beat up. Nobody's having any kind of harm come to them. So what's going on? Now that I did some research, now that I did some digging, I'm able to have an understanding of what's going on. Like I said, facts could change, but I doubt it. And whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.